Friends, welcome back to Rinard, and welcome back to Bremenberg Shores. In case you're wondering where we are, this is Bremenberg Shores. Town fathers here in Bremenberg and Holsteinberg have decided to do a nice little walk here, and there's talk amongst the leadership of Bremenberg and Holsteinberg to change this to a pedestrian-only street. We'll see what they decide, but in the meantime, they've got some lovely little houses built in. Nice little street side with a beautiful view. Oh, isn't that just a gorgeous view? Across the water. Beautiful day here in Rinard.
Oh, beautiful, gorgeous, wish you were here.
Otherwise, things are proceeding along as they would always do. We've got this new development gone in here. When we were looking at it, I don't know if we had seen them start construction, but as you can tell, they've built it in quite a bit. Nice little retail center, right? And some offices and retail along the edges. Nice sound barrier with everything, but that connects in over here to Lake Street and everything. So nice little addition, little expanding presence there, filling in, edging the downtown along. There's talk about adding in a tennis facility and a basketball facility here in the sports complex, but that funding is coming from the incremental tax increase on our friends in the mining district. They're working on that, so it might be a year yet or two. Or they might front the cash and then get a tax break. We'll see what they do. They'll push that in. But you can see the farms have really come along here. Grown in quite nicely. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, after the success of Holsteinberg and Bremenberg, a nice little addition here to Crittenden Cove. We'll see what they do with that. But in all, friends, this building just does not do well with garbage. I'm terrible. I'm gonna just go ahead and just say, nope, 86 that building, because if it's gonna just have garbage problems all the time. There you go. No garbage for you. But a beautiful little city. Beautiful city of Rinard. As you can see over here, Carruthers Woods. No lasting fire damage. Or no, it was over here, wasn't it? No real lasting fire damage. As I was saying, there seems to be no damage from the fire. I had to pause and look at something for a second, but we got our little guardian shacks there. You know, for being homeless and in homeless encampment, basically, they do take pretty good care of the place. I mean, we've got how many families living here, pretty much, at this point? But, you know, hey, they're pretty... Wait, what? Is... Excuse me, trees. Friends, that's a graveyard. This is a graveyard! Right next to that mysterious little shack. Get me out of here. I can't with Carruthers Woods. Yep. I can't even begin to understand what's going on there. Alright, let's take a quick look at our processing. We've got good postal processing. Let's take a look at our post here. I'm concerned that we do have a little bit of a problem in that I think my mailbox palooza caused some lag. So we're going to try a different approach. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add in a post office, if we can, out here. So that's going to do weird things and try to... can we do that? Would that do anything? No, it won't, because it's being weird. Maybe I can extend it with a little straight line. And then... let's see if we can add it here. I'd have to adjust where my oil facility is. We can do that. We can extend it all the way up to the line there if we want. Is that enough? Not quite. That's what we call vanilla anarchy, kids. It works. It's not perfect. But it does work. Alright, let's zoom out. We'll throw that on to 3-speed, let it stimulate for a second. Let's see if that changes the mail. Look at that. Already direct improvement right there. Wonderful. Wonderful. So we might need to do another little mail carrier over here, or maybe possibly a connection along the rail corridor will probably be the easier way. So we'll do that really quick. Okay, let's take a quick look at how that affected the postal coverage. Still not perfect, but we are collecting more. That's good. Wonder if it'll improve with time, because they're picking up a backlog at this point. We'll see. In the meantime, there is some industrial that could be zoned in here, so let's take advantage of that. Alright. Let's zoom out and look. Oh, fires. I think we've had enough bad news coverage. We're just going to pretend that that's not there. Although, we've got a problem here in that garbage coverage is not good. And we're not getting garbage coverage out here. Look at this tailback. Friends, we're going to have to do another rail station, I think, because I don't think we have good coverage or too much area over there is the problem, or too much traffic going to that area. Let's see which way the rails face. So if we put it on this road, that would be the better choice. Because then we can interface with the rail lines better. But we'd want it set back from the road to facilitate traffic in and out. So I'll plop that there. Let's get this road built. A nice 2-lane, one-way, in and out. Because we're doing left-hand drive. So they'll be coming in on this side, or coming in on this side, so that would make an easy left-hand turn for them. We put the road all the way over here, and then back to there. That will allow the trucks to come. That's good, and connect in. We want to facilitate a connection across. So let's go ahead, we'll make sure we get our 90s. There we go. That will facilitate less road traffic on that front. And now we need to get the rail lines connected in, which we can easily do. I'm going to put it on curvy because it will need... Alright, friends, so Fun and Adventure happened. It crashed, and that was some stuff. So because it crashed, the recording did. Just gonna walk you through. Went ahead, added in these connections. I've also rerouted one of my train deliveries here to help facilitate that. As you can see, we've got all sorts of traffic now because of it. I've added in, I let it stimulate to try to alleviate, because this was just absolute bottleneck. And now the bottleneck's here. So that's something. I may consider, and in fact I'm going to, go ahead and put this road down here. Because I've seen trucks do weird things around the back sides of these. Over here, for example, where, you know, it's like driving here through that area. Yeah. Hi, Chopper 1. Just scare off the baddies. So, we'll see if that does anything. As you can see, they're loading through and then out the back, so that could help facilitate traffic. Yeah, because they're heading out that way, so that might help. I may also want to do a little traffic line over here somehow. Try to get them off the main road somehow. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Let's make this a one-way. Maybe that'll help alleviate some of the traffic flow. We also have desire for the industrial. So let's go ahead and give in to that need for the industrial. Mr. Kolos would be very happy with it. Wouldn't you, Mr. Kolos? Of course, Mr. Kolos. Yes, of course, Mr. Kolos. I would love to get that for you, sir. Yes, of course, Mr. Kolos. You're right, Mr. Kolos. Yes, sir. It's fun, shush. Why is it not reallocating that to the back? That's so weird. Alright, we'll do this. How's this then? That's just a strange thing. Anyway. So, we got that. We got that. Hopefully this will reduce the traffic flows here. Get them moving through the train station here. So that's a good start. We've got our neighborhoods here, right? What's this? We got traffic accidents here. Why do we have such traffic? Well, that's a pest. That's a pest and a bother. Is it? Well, you know what? You guys can sort that out. We're gonna come over here though, because we've heard some developments are coming over here, much to the chagrin again of Mr. Garonier. He's not a fan, but it's happening whether he likes it or not. We are getting another setup of parking in this area. Seems like they're changing tack a little bit here, and they're going to do, well, let's see. So that requires 100 or 740 a month in upkeep. This requires, what do you think, friends? I'm thinking we'll have it 2-lane, maybe a parking alley. Let's do that. Let's do that. We'll switch that. We'll make it a parking alley, and that will then let us also plan a similar one here, right? Not sure why that did that, but whatever. We'll go ahead and we will add these here. To connect those in, and now we can come back with Killdozer 9 million and make a new area here. Look at that, we got these piers. We should put those in. He's never gonna put those in. Okay, I will put those in, but only because you asked nicely. So we need to have the tennis facilities here. So we want to make sure that we have the tennis facilities. I'm not sure why I did that on that side. That is abundantly annoying. So, hate that. Never want to see it again. Thanks. Goodbye. Is that gonna work for you? Can you stop now? Okay, thanks. No. This is gonna be the Birdie Tennis Center. And this will be Love Lane. And that way people can have their little tennis matches. We've got our neighborhood here. It seems to be doing alright. I think we could probably come in with some commercial interests. But I'm reticent to put those in just yet because I want to see where we're lacking commercial in the city first, because we do want to be more thoughtful in interspersing. So we've got some there, so it is kind of spattered like it should be. Let's look at Aubigny is okay. We can maybe use some through here, but that's also office. We need some in here, maybe. We could put that in. We could, you know, cheese off. Mr. Garonnier's least favorite professor, it looks like, just had his house reload. That Garonier, he's a petty little person, isn't he? Because, guess what? That was Checket's son-in-law's house. Yeah, you don't mess with Garonier. Checket's pushed through all the changes. Man, watch out. Garonier, he's vicious. Maybe we need to reduce the size of this puppy. Let's take a gander. No, not quite that bad. Let's do it down to 3, see if that incites. I'll put some commercial interest there and give them places to go. Do we have any special buildings to place? Not commercial, not industrial. We've got some petrol stations for the commercials. We could do a pub over here in this area. That would be a nice community feature. Community feature. Put it right in someone's backyard. Could also go right over in this area. There we go. We've got a community pub, somewhere for people to go. Adds well-being within 500 meters, so that neighborhood's going to feel nice and loved. Alright, I did do a little off-camera and relocated a bunch of our Oh, we got a fire, friends. We've got a fire. What's the fire? The hatchback belonging to the Hooper family. Preston Hooper. They live at 152 Mulberry. Where's 152 Mulberry? They were just driving to work and they got in a car accident. How sad. Okay. Remember we talked about building the little pier? Let's do that. Let's build a nice little pier. Where's our pier? That's that. That's the other things. Haven't unlocked that puppy. That's a big building, and it's just a one building, so it kind of is weird. It's like an unlock it for use in a special, like, future tech island type area.
Magical tech island.
Let's see. Let's do a path. Should we do a wide wooden leisure pier from here? I think that would be amenable. Look at the pillars wobbling about. That's hilarious. Look at that. Now the question is, does it match with these little ones if I take the little ones off, or is that still a problem? Let's look. No, those are good. This will make a nice little waterfront, won't it? Look, there's a little booth there. Fresh. Killdozer 9 million to the rescue. Also, that's not very good. These new piers are kind of nice. I am liking them. How long is it? 20 meters? 20 meters from the middle. 20-ish meters. Nope. So it's an eyeball thing. That should be a nice little place for people to go. Let's see if people come out here. Oh, look. I think these people are coming out to the pier. Are they? Nope, they're walking past. Hi, Achilles. How are you? Akko, Freddy, Buddy. Buddy's my buddy. My buddy. Stopping it right there, because that could be nightmare fuel for people. Alright, we've got a need for this high-density residential. Where would be a good place for high-density residential? I'm thinking some high-density residential might be nice right here, immediately adjacent to the hospital. So let us find some high-density residential. See how that affects it. Takes that down. That's not too bad. We do a matching one there. That should take that need down a skosh. So let those build in. Perfect. Friends, look at our city. We've got a tennis court. We've got a pier. I need to see if there's people on it yet. There's not. Maybe they'll come. or loud cars will drive by. We'll see. But friends, we've had some good growth and some good change in our little city here. I'm excited. I hope you are too. It's one of these things that you watch your city grow and you just think, hey, this is kind of becoming a beautiful place. Oh yeah, these people are catching the bus. Won't that be useful? They can come here and catch the bus. But friends, look at Rinard. We've got our waterfront over here that's looking nice. We've started to zone out some space between Holsteinberg and Bremenberg. We've got our solar plant. We've got our secondary train station. And it looks like the traffic is much less. Wonderful. Hooray. We've got traffic here. Not sure how best to fix that. We'll figure it out. Friends, look at our city. We've just come a long, long way, and it's wonderful to be with you and to share Rinard with you. Thank you for being here. Glad to have you. See you next time here in beautiful Rinard. Bye.